Hey, what's going on, social media family? Hope everybody's having a really, really good day. I want to share with you 3 dreams that are very, very similar, and I want to explain them. I'm going to kind of go through them fast. I'm going to spare some details because they're very, very vivid, but I want to go through them, and I do want your opinion. Feel free in the comments to write what you feel about the 3. The similarities, the differences, and what your take on them really is, because they're very timely, okay? Very timely. So the first dream, my wife and I, we were going to what seemed to be like a gala. We were both dressed up, and we were going to a home that looks kind of like a Victorian home, something you would see on a movie like a Pride and Prejudice home. And we walked up this, amazing staircase on the outside, and we got ready to walk in, this beautiful place. And right when we walked in, the room that we were in was absolutely filled to complete capacity. And at the very end of the room, I could see a door, and I knew that was our destination. Now, I'm just going to guess in the dream that this room was about 100 yards long, okay? And it was jam-packed, okay? There were people everywhere. I'm talking about political candidates, sporting teams, people advertising stuff, selling stuff. It was everything that you see going on in the world today, just jam-packed. And then all of a sudden in the dream, I looked to the right, and I saw a door in the very corner. So my wife and I got right up against the back wall and kind of walked sideways against the back wall till we got to this door, and we opened it and we turned, and there was a hallway that was 100 yards long. So we walked along the hallway, got to the end. There's only one way to go, turn to the left, and then there was the door that was at the far side of the room. We opened the door and we saw all the way to the very end. Now, a few of the people who came in right before us in the dream, they were literally 10 to 15 feet in. That's it, 3, 4, 5 yards. That's all they made it in. And so we shut the door, and then we turned and we started moving forward. All right, that's dream 1. Dream 2, walked into another room similar to that. This room, you ever been to the restaurants that they have all the sporting events going on, and there's TVs just lined up around the walls? There were TVs everywhere. There were political candidates. There were a lot of NFL teams, college football teams, coaches, players. There were all types of people trying to sell everything from cars, pharmaceutical, mattresses, you name it. I mean, there were people everywhere. There were people trying to, sell stuff, and there were just people just kind of just talking to old friends. It just, you name it, it was in that room. And it was almost like all of a sudden there was a short little path we could follow. Then we kind of went in there and zigzagged, got our way through, and got to the very back of the room. Kept bumping into people. It was a little rough, but we were focused. We didn't stop. And everywhere you go, people say, hey, what do you think about this? Who are you voting for? Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? Who do you think's going to win who's college football? Who's going to win this? Who's in the SEC? All this stuff. Hey, what kind of mattress do you use? What kind of car do you drive? And people want to interview everybody. But we just worked our way all the way through, got to the back of the wall, got out of there real quick, okay? Third dream, went into a similar room like that. The room looked kind of sophisticated. It was nice, but there were a lot of people in there. And these people, they were dressed very, very nicely, but it was still TVs all around. People were promoting stuff. You could tell they were executive type people. Almost everybody was really dressed up nice, but it was still really congested in there. And a lot of people were talking about, their product, what they sell, political people, a lot of professional type people in the room. And it was crowded, but there was a car. We got in this car and we kind of drove through slowly, easily, didn't hit anybody, but we got through in this car, got to the back of the room, parked our car, got out, went to the door in the very back. Okay? That was the dream. That was the third dream. Thing about this, these dreams, they were anywhere from week and a half, 2 weeks apart. And this morning I was just praying. It was like, what do these three dreams have in common? And why were they so similar? First dream, slid along the back wall down the hallway. Second dream, we kind of walked through. Third dream, we kind of drove through. It was really slow. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to throw a fourth dream in there for you, okay? I had a dream that there was a business owner and his team. And imagine there was just a long, straight hallway. And every time he would walk by a room, there were a bunch of people arguing, complaining, griping, business owners. Like in this dream, this gentleman, he had about 20, 25 people on his team. And he said, stay close to me. We're going to move forward. We're going to advance. First room he went to, there was like an oval table and a bunch of people around it. They were talking about a business. They were kind of arguing, complaining, a little bit confused. They just moved past them. Next room was on the right, a little bit bigger oval table. Same thing, people arguing, complaining, griping, confused. Him and his group kept moving past them. Next room had about 50 people in it. It was a bigger room, bigger, groups of people. Next room on the right, it was, more people than that, and had a bunch of executives and just a lot going on. And then at the end of the hall, as he, when the dream kind of stopped, there was a board of the top 10 companies in this sector. And you could just see them moving up the chart, moving up the chart, moving up the chart. And then you saw charts of all the top 10 businesses. Most of them were failing, but this one person in my dream, as they kept moving forward, their chart was in the green. If you watch stocks, it's like, are they in the red or they in the green, okay? You want to be in the green, okay? And so his chart kept just going up, increasing. Everybody around him was confused. Things weren't going good. Their charts were tanking. Now, the one scripture I'm going to give you that kind of I think of is Colossians 3:2. Focus on all the treasures of the heavenly realm and fill your thoughts with heavenly realities and not with the distractions of this natural realm. That's kind of the thought that I have towards these 3, possibly 4 dreams. And so every dream, the first 3 dreams, crowded room, a lot of confusion, a lot of noise, a lot of things you could, a lot of people right now, they want to talk about politics, NFL, college football, just sports. They want to talk about, people always want to talk about what type of vehicle they drive in. But, there's just always a huge competition for everything from pharmaceutical to, I don't care if it's clothes or where you live or houses or whatever. But there's just a lot of that. And in all 3 dreams, we were supposed to get to that next place. And so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing everybody's comment, to see what people think. And the fourth one was like geared towards business people. Like unity amongst your business will get in your church, your ministry, whatever you do, your family will get you closer to the reality of the dream that you have. So let me know what you think. I just was thinking this morning, and I said, hey, I had these 3 prophetic dreams. They were all, and it just kind of hit me, they were all very similar, and they were spread out, when I got them. So just thought I'd throw that out there, and I'm looking forward to reading some of the comments, okay? Love you guys, and hope you have a super blessed day.